What is up, guys? You're watching Epic Pokemon TCG, and today's video, guys, what I have for you is a little bit of an unfortunate one. So, if you guys did miss it, we have been having some cancellations when it comes to things like, the NBA, the NCAA March Madness tournament. I believe the MLB canceled their season. NHL unfortunately canceled their season, and then we have some esports and stuff that have been canceling or moving to online events only. And that is, of course, because of the coronavirus. Now, I think that this honestly is a great move. I think that it's just a fantastic thing to do because honestly, it's having like a large event right now is probably the worst thing you can do. But before we get into this any further, I'll go ahead and read off the regional events that have been canceled. So the first one is going to be the Toronto Regional Championships that was scheduled for March 15th or 13th through the 15th, excuse me. And then the Charlotte Regional Championships, which was scheduled for March 20th through the 22nd. And the Santa Clara Regional is scheduled for March 28th through the 29th, and then the Salt Lake City Regional Championship scheduled April 4th through the 5th. So obviously, this has been a common trend. I think also I saw E3 got canceled. There's just a lot of stuff right now getting canceled, and that's just because having these large events is probably the worst thing that we can do right now. I've also seen people that don't fully understand what's going on, and they're saying that what we should do is just have people checking temperatures at the door. Unfortunately, that's not really a viable option, and I'm guessing it's just because they're not too familiar with the virus. But that's not going to do anything. Like that's yeah, that's just not going to do anything. Um, hold on, I'm just grabbing those. But essentially, I have to commend them. I know like at some point, there's just going to be a point where like it's not Pokemon's decision, it'll be the city's decision because I know a lot of cities are already saying that that you can't have like an event with this amount of people because of course it's just becoming too high of a risk. And really when you think about it, all you have to just kind of think about is if one person's contagious and they're around X amount of people and they get contagious and then they go home, they're around X amount of people and it just kind of spreads and spreads. That and on top of that, Europe can't even travel right now, so that's just another whole issue in itself. So yeah, I mean, just realistically, I mean, having these large events and having like flights just be no problem. Hey, let's just have some flights. It's just not a good thing to do right now. And I know it sucks, man. It definitely does suck. I know how it feels. You're practicing and you're trading card or for trading for cards. You're buying cards. You're just like really on that grind just to make your deck the best possible it can be. And then you just find out last second that you can't go or something happened. And I know how that feels. I've had it happen to me before, and it's never a good feeling. But I mean, the world just kind of has to play it safe right now. And I think there's some people semi blowing it out of proportion. I mean, yes, you are going to get horribly sick from this, and yes, it is a virus that is spreading. But I don't think, like I said, we're in that like gigantic threat level. I think we're just kind of in the middle right now, where we need to be aware, we need to be safe, and I think that's just where we are. Now, I'm not one of those people that's like an extremist. I don't sit around obsessing over the virus and like watching hours upon hours of videos of like the people saying the same thing to me but in different ways. I'm not doing that. It's okay to be informed. There's nothing wrong with that. But then there's of course being obsessed with it. I don't think that's the right move. So yeah, I mean it's just a really unfortunate circumstance that's happening right now. I apologize that this game isn't more exciting. I just wanted to have something in the background. And overall, I mean, I just think this is the right move. Uh, if I know that there's people that don't fully understand and don't care, and they just want the event to happen anyway. And I don't think that's the right move. I don't agree with that. I think that we need to wait this out. We need to see where the number of cases are in like around April going into May before we. I don't. I just feel like having like this little period of time where nothing's going on and they're limiting as much like just social interaction as possible to see whether or not they can contain this thing and just try to play it safe. I don't know. I'm all for it, because I mean there's a mortality rate, and anytime there's a mortality rate, that's when you really need to be like, okay, we need to take this thing serious. Um, I know there's people that are saying, "Oh, it's just a cold." It's not just a cold, but at the same time, it's not something to go absolutely wipe stores out for. Nothing wrong with wanting to have like a little extra just in case, but I don't know. I saw a video of a woman ripping some toilet paper out of an elder lady's hands, and that infuriated me to no end. Um, I don't know. That just infuriated me. It's definitely a very serious thing. You know, it's a very serious thing that we need to, you know, not take lightly. But at the same time, I mean, it's just what can you do? You know. So yeah, I don't really know what else to add to it aside from the fact that like this is just a really unfortunate circumstance and it's something that is definitely horrible. I know that people have been planning for regionals and they don't want this to end, but man, it's just something that really needs to be looked at. And I feel like just like as like a whole right now, I think that everyone's kind of doing like a good job in just taking away these events, playing it safe. I actually watched wrestling last night when they had a show where there was no fans, and so I mean it's cool to see people taking this serious. The level of serious is where I'm just kind of like some people are doing a little overkill. I know you don't want to get sick. I know nobody wants to get sick, but with there not being a cure just yet, I think it's definitely a good idea to just kind of play it safe and not not make any stupid decisions. So that's really all I have to say about that whole thing. Um, yeah, like, I'm not really sure what the saying is, so I'm just kind of like rolling with it. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys think. Like, and also if you're watching this and you were affected by the regional cancellation, I do apologize. Or if you were affected by them not having flights from Europe anymore, or just whatever, I do apologize. If you're still like one of those people that are infuriated and you think it's absolutely stupid that they're canceling events and you can't understand why they're canceling events, then I highly recommend you do some research. I think that that's something you need to deal with in your own time. I don't think that it's a good idea. I don't think it will be a good idea when something like this is happening to host all these events. That's just my take on it. But yeah, I feel like this game is kind of like just going in my favor. It'll be over soon, so I'm gonna go ahead and call the video here, guys. I mean, really, like, there's nothing else to say. I mean, regionals and sports and all that's getting canceled, and it's just because of the virus and them wanting to try to contain it as much as possible and play it safe. So that's something that I honestly I'm all for, and I commend that. But you guys stay safe. Do all that stuff they actually tell you to do. Wash your hands. I mean, wash your hands. Use hand sanitizer if you can find it, because people keep buying that crap out. I think that's absolutely stupid. I personally think that's really stupid to just go out and just buy absolutely everything and hog it all when we haven't even been. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, just wash your hands, guys. Be careful. And if you see someone that's sick, just do not be around them because it's probably not a good idea. But yeah, stay safe, guys. I love you. This is Epic Pokemon TCG signing out. Take care, guys.
Don't forget to like, follow, and obey.